Assalamu alaikum. My name's Abdul Farooqi, and today we've got an eventful day. You know, growing up, balancing deen and dunya seemed impossible. Alhamdulillah, leaving my corporate grind to become an entrepreneur was single handedly the best decision of my life. I can watch the sun rise in peace instead of being stuck in rush hour traffic. Now, the first thing I like to do after Fajr is get a few hours of deep work in. Without any distractions, without any phone calls, I can get real work done. Here, we're pitching an e-commerce beard oil idea to Khabib's team. This very exciting project. Actually, now we gotta go for daddy duty and drop off my beautiful daughter to school.
Yeah, so I like to just come out by the water, it de-stresses you when you're working and stuff. It's great living by the water. You know what's crazy? You see the Westin over there? So this is a pretty nice hotel, and I used to work as a valet while going to university and studying hard so I can have like a nice corporate job. So I ended up becoming a equity research analyst at an investment bank, and I was working at the office right by the Rogers building. So, and every single day it was just like a non-stop cycle on repeat. And like before you know it, you're like 1 year in and you're like, whoa, where did my time go? There was like no time baraka with having my 9 to 5. So that is when I started looking at different business models and started exploring that. But right now we gotta head to the gym. Come down, I'm already here. So yeah, come down to the gym and I'll see you. So we're going to see a very special person now. His name is Bilal, and he is the CEO of our marketing agency. But more importantly than that, Bilal is like one of the most amazing human beings I ever met, and he's my childhood best friend from the UK. We've known each other since like we were teenagers, like 13 and 14 years old. So this is one of the best things about being a Muslim entrepreneur yourself. You can like have your people in the company, right? Like we used to just hang out, play basketball together, but finally when I had a company, and he was at that time running a concierge agency for the Royals, Saudi Royals. And I was like, dude, like your heart's not in it. Why don't you come join us? And he did. Hey. Assalamu alaikum.
Salam.
How you doing, my brother? Good to see you. I'm good, man.
Looking nice and snug in woolly jackets.
Rocking the fit, I see.
What's going on?
Triton growth, build, grow, scale.
It's good to see you. Good to see you. Let's go.
What's happening?
Let's go.
So, Bilal, a lot of people are wondering, what is the best and worst part of being CEO of Abdul's Triton Growth Agency?
What is the best and the worst part? Well, the best part is we have a lot of fun together. We get to make money together and we get to do good stuff with it. So that's the pros. What's the negatives? I actually don't really have many negatives. We're very blessed. We get to work with the people that we love. We get to serve very high-end clientele. We get to be successful for them. They then refer us to like their best friends and their clients. So right now life is good. If maybe ask me in like 6 months and the answer might change.
Yeah, why didn't you just get like a 9 to 5 or start a franchise, brick and mortar business? Why a marketing agency?
Yeah, it's a good question. Well, let's start with like the 9 to 5, right? So I think, before I was previously at the concierge agency, I wasn't a 9 to 5. Actually, I was in a 8 to 8 business, as an employee that would bring in maybe $3 to $4 million a year for a company that would pay me $80,000 back as a result, And when you stop and you really think about like, who controls my life? You don't want it to be some random guy that doesn't know you and doesn't appreciate the things that you can do. For me, it's always about like floors and ceilings, I've never enjoyed knowing that there's a ceiling above me. And if there is a ceiling above me, I want it to be the one that I set, not which somebody else imposes on me, So that's probably why I wouldn't go back into the 9 to 5, is if I'm naturally a very hard worker, And you find usually with Muslims, with people from our backgrounds, they are naturally very hardworking people. You know, their parents came as immigrants. They have a very strong work ethic, and if you're gonna work that hard, why do it for someone else when you can do it for yourself and create your own ceiling as to whatever you want your earning potential to be? Now, obviously, you can't just wake up one day and go make $1 million, but you can definitely wake up one day and make more than $40,000, $50,000, $80,000, $100,000 with the opportunities that we have in this day and age. Why agency? Well, I think the marketing agency, sales and marketing agencies, it's recession proof, because businesses never want to go out of business. And if a business never wants to go out of business, it's always going to need somebody to help it be good at marketing, be good at sales, be good at lead generation.
What would you say to your traditional 9-to-5er that wants to make the jump? He's been looking at restaurant or gas station business, franchise businesses, but is unsure, and waiting for the perfect moment. What would you say to that person?
I don't think there's ever a perfect moment in life for anything. So if you're being honest and real with yourself, and you ask yourself, when was the last time that there was a perfect moment to do anything? The answer would be never, in any respect. Not even to do with work or employment, or life's too short to not go for the things that you want to go for. And companies are always going to need 9-to-5ers, and that can always be. I always think it should be a fail-safe rather than your first choice. And a lot of the time as well is, if you can find the right opportunities, you don't necessarily even need to leave your 9-to-5 straight away. It can be a transitionary thing, You could stay with your 9-to-5, You could start making use of your holidays. You could start, coming home, having your dinner, praying your Isha or your Maghrib, and then spending 2 hours a day on a business, right? And then seeing that success come in, seeing if you enjoy doing it. And then once you start to see the ball rolling, then you can make that transition so it's less scary for that individual. And I think a lot of the times it's being comfortable, It's the easy way out. And as humans, that's always going to be the path that you're naturally gravitated to take, because it's safe. But nothing worth having comes easy. Trading up what you're capable of doing, what your zone of genius is, to fulfill someone else's dream, when you say it very black and white, it's kind of sad, right? And I think if you say it as a person who's in a 9-to-5 that wants to leave, and looks at your CEO or your founder of your company and think, I wake up every day to help you live your dream. And if you're not interested in doing it for yourself, then you shouldn't transition out of it, and you should stay in a 9-to-5. But if you want more, if you want to really see what you're capable of doing, so yeah, I don't know if that answers your question, but
No, it does.
those are some midday fasting thoughts.
That's it. I think let's go work out now.
Let's go.
Oh, so it's...
Today's a crazy day, bro.
Yeah.
Just give him a better.
Sick, bro.
Because I said it already, we're gonna go work out. Let's go. Let's go.
Bro, you dropped out 1 second in.
I thought it was done. But when you're an entrepreneur, every day is a Sunday.
Every day is Monday.
Every day is a Monday.
When you're an entrepreneur, every day is Monday.
Hey, how's it going? Assalamu alaikum.
I need to talk a little bit.
Do you want to buy a cookie? Is that what you want?
Yeah.
Let's go get Zoya a cookie. I get Zoya a cookie.
Sell cookies in here?
All right, Zoya. Pick one of these.
Ginger cookie.
Ginger cookie?
As usual?
Okay, ginger?
Yeah.
Okay, one ginger.
Ginger cookie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, where are you going? This way. Hey, Tim, you gotta send me the clip of her. I'm gonna show it to her in slow-mo. What happened? No? Oh my gosh. Okay. There's dads that whose kids annoy them, and then there's dads who annoy their kids. Mwah. I have my moments in both places. I want to answer more questions. My head hurts. What are you doing, silly Billy? Oh, Aja ji, Aja. What are you doing? Stop it, silly Billy. All right, so we're here with Rana. He runs a software development company, software development agency, and we're just gonna talk shop because we're gonna be working together on some projects. Assalamu alaikum, brother. How you doing? You doing good?
Yeah.
Good to see you, man. I'm good, alhamdulillah. Yeah, you're right. Like, I was definitely feeling the fast.
Bro, I'm feeling the fast because I forgot to wake up at Sugar.
So, oh yeah?
Yeah, I don't know why my alarm didn't ring.
Oh yeah, because like lack of water is what actually gets you, you know? Alhamdulillah. Just as a Muslim entrepreneur yourself, you know, mashallah, you have had over like 100 employees working on your projects and stuff. It's a lot of responsibility. It's a lot of work. And what about being a Muslim you think helps you being a better entrepreneur?
Put an old proverb here, which is trust in Allah, but also tie your camel, which basically means that have, trust in Allah that, everything's going to work out for you. But at the same time, put in that hard work and, for your own, to protect your own interest. You can't just basically be like, oh yeah, like, my faith in Allah's plan is strong. But at the same time, like, you got to network, you got to work hard to build a reputation. You have to do your due diligence, research, a lot of research. So a lot of hard work goes into this to basically take that success that's written,
Allah loves the sweat off his servants' back as long as it's towards a halal income as well.
You have to make sure that it's always halal.
What is it that, like when you're going through a tough situation as well, like what do you do? What's your way of dealing with stress?
I mean, you should always go to masjid more often, right? Like that's not like when you're in trouble, then you go to your
But that's a human condition,
I think for me, it's just like I do offer like nafal and, just read Quran, just because I think it like all that burden on your shoulders and heart, that heavy feeling just goes away, disappears. And when you're praying in front of, in front of Allah, it just like, it kind of like puts you back into level 0, showing that you're just a human being and everything is in His hand. So again, and that resets you. So then you go back again and you work hard again, knowing that, okay, whatever is for the best is going to happen.
One thing I know about you, Rana, is you've never had a job. Why is that?
I think it's just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to work so hard to make someone else money, Like I am putting my sweat, especially if you're in North America, right? Like you can't like look at your clock and be like, hey boss, I gotta go to have a prayer, but while there's a leadership meeting going on.
Bro, they used to make fun of me when I used to do that, and they say, oh, Abdul's going on a smoke break.
But look where you are now.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Just hanging out with you, bro. That's what it's about. Assalamu alaikum, my brother. How you doing? Good to see you, man. How's things? Good?
Good, man.
What's up, brother? Good to meet you. What's your name?
Numan.
Numan, Tim.
Tim Noman.
Nice to meet you, man.
I like the color. Nice and green. So yeah, Noman has like, dude, he started out with like the ice cream restaurant franchise, Marble Slab, and he was the guy who would give like free kulfi to all of his friends. He was the guy. He was the most popular kid on the block. Faraz over here, also Muslim entrepreneur with Airbnb business.
Hey, Faraz. Nice to meet you. Tim.
Nice to meet you. Very cool.
Alhamdulillah, life is good. Hello, how's it going? Yeah, mostly lentil. Just do lentil.
We get along on this really well. We come from big families, the both of us. And for me, the plus was I had an older brother that kind of paved the way to success for me and kind of like didn't leave anybody behind, And then that's the biggest part is that, when you find success, you gotta take the people around you and grow with them. Because that's, at the end, it's your network, it's the people around you that are gonna grow you, overall.
Connected him to my VA, like a discounted
Now, as an entrepreneur yourself, like, why is it important for a Muslim to be an entrepreneur?
It's kind of like that famous saying, like, hell on earth is meeting the person you could have become, right? So you're not taking that, business path. All right, sure, you're going to play it safe. You're going to play it, nice and comfortable, right? But my ask for you is that, like, what's more risky, not going going after what you want, not providing for your family, or really taking that risk. So that's how I kind of view risk, pretty much. Plus, I've also made a shit ton of, like, pardon my French, but I've also made crap ton of mistakes in my life as well. But you know, you all learn from it. You all move forward. You all learn, and you go to the next level, pretty much. That's kind of the thing.
This is my brother over here. Basically has his own media buying agency within our agency now as well. And this man is a tank. You know, you can just throw so many things at him and he'll just take care of it. Mashallah, you are a tank, is what I'm saying. So what do you do in the business? And like, so why is it important being an entrepreneur as a Muslim?
It's in the building blocks of being a Muslim. As an owner, you can control your time, your work, and you're putting 110% into that business versus working for someone else, right? It's completely different. So that's one main big reason for me at least, you know, that you should be a business owner as a Muslim.
All right, Nabil, we know you run a very successful medical spa agency.
You know what? I'll tell you my experience. For me, it was mostly get out of 9 to 5, right? I grew up to go to school, get a job, get a degree. I did all of that stuff, you know? I still remember the very first time when I got my job, I was just like, is this where I'm stuck for the rest of my life? You know, I remember I was talking to you about it. Like, we were like, okay, is this where I'm stuck for the rest of my life? And next thing you know, I ran into you when you told me, you know what, let's start the agency, get our way out. And next thing you know, I'm learning about it. And it was just like helping business owners go from bottom to the top without much effort. One step at a time, and that's where we
rushed.
I think it's hugely important. One of the biggest things right now is like, you know, like building our community. And I think with entrepreneurship or like business overall, like with more Muslims expanding their business or creating business, I think it helps bring us, you know, along as well and helps us develop things. Like a small example, like, you know, when you come to the mosque, they're asking for donations to like build things, right? Could be mosques, could be like schools, could be whatever, right? What do we need? What's the bottleneck in like getting these things done? It's money, right? And the money comes from the businesses, right? That's when, like, you know, these community leaders reach out to entrepreneurs and they're like, hey, what can you donate? What can you do? And then it's like, if that money doesn't come in through the Muslim business owners, these events don't happen, right?
What's going on? Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. My name is Ohaj Faruqi, the taller, darker, handsomer version of Abdul, of the Faruqi family. What's the question? All these uncles and aunties in the Muslim community are telling their kids to become doctor, lawyer, engineer. What do you say to that? And what is the importance of being an entrepreneur as a Muslim? To be honest, I was always a problem child. I was always the dark swan, black swan, or whatever you want to call it. I was the middle child. I had to do something different to stand out in the family. My brothers got finance degrees, engineering degrees, and when it came down to me to go to university, I'm like, you know what? It don't make sense. The system don't make sense no more. I don't want to get a degree, spend 50K, 100K, then get a job that doesn't pay me well enough or be able to live the life that I want to live for me to be able to take care of my family and whatnot. I had like this purpose, this deep desire of doing something greater, something bigger. And obviously if everyone's doing something, then you'll get whatever everyone's outcome is. And I didn't want what everyone's outcome is. I wanted something more special. And so you get to reap the rewards of whatever you create. And when you're the one providing the opportunities, when you're generating the income, when you're employing people, when you're changing people's lives, when you're impacting the community, you just become the next level version of yourself. Versus if everyone's making the hard decision for yourself, for you every single day at your job, you got a boss, you got a manager, you got an owner telling you what to do every single day, and you're just listening, your critical thinking is going to go away. Your problem solving ability will go away. And then anytime you step out into that shadow, try to make decisions for yourself, you'll always doubt yourself. And how can you run a family? How can you help grow a community? How can you lead your kids when you're doubting your decisions because you've been hearing from your boss what you need to do every single day? And when you step outside of that and you hone in on your superpower of leadership, entrepreneurship, and problem solving, then think of the things that you can achieve. Otherwise, it's all just wasted potential. And no one wants that for you. I don't want that for you. All right, let's go.
Let's go.
The boys I started out with in the city of Vancouver, we were just young hooligans trying to make it. I was trying to get free kulfi off of him because he had an ice cream shop. And Rush over there, he's got a amazing restaurant, chain, family business as well, and always like trying to get free meals off of him as well. But look at us now, mashallah, sitting, giving back to the community, helping Muslims make more so that we can give more. Alhamdulillah. So what more can we ask for?
Alhamdulillah, what an amazing dinner with fellow brothers and sisters from the city. I always love seeing them. And it's so amazing to see fellow Muslims doing really well, you know? We had software business agency owners, we had marketing agency owners, we had restaurant owners, we had a franchise business owner as well. And one thing really stood out, the power of having preset business assets. Like a franchise-like business is what helped a lot of people in their journey to be successful. Imagine being able to create a 6 or even a 7-figure business without having to start anything from scratch. Now imagine being able to do that without having to quit your job. Imagine that you can work from anywhere as well and you don't have to go to a physical location. And imagine being united by a Muslim brotherhood to support each other. Now, if that sounds interesting to you, that's exactly what we've created at Halal CEOs. And if you look at the description, you'll be able to find the link over there. I'm incredibly excited, even more so after talking with these guys about Halal CEOs. If that sounds interesting, I look forward to seeing you apply, speak with our team about it, learn about what it's about, so you make an educated and informed decision. So I look forward to seeing you on the other side. If that sounds good, Assalamu alaikum.